What's up, everybody? It's Johnny Bronto here with HauntScene, and it is a special Monday night.
It is Monday.
It is. What?
I was still thinking it was Tuesday.
What even day is it?
We do shows Monday, Tuesdays, and Thursdays. So I don't know what days.
Let's do a show every night. Welcome to the internet's #1 rated haunt chat, HauntScene Live. So with me, as always. Did I introduce myself? Yes, I'm Johnny Bronto.
Introduce yourself first. You're the host. I'm just the co-host.
This is Melissa Lukac, my amazing co-host, and tonight we're going to talk about the Howl-O-Scream events that took place both in Tampa at Busch Gardens and in Orlando at SeaWorld. Before we do that, though, we just got some really sad news. Our friend Mike, or Shooter Mike as he's known, from the Kirby family farm, passed away, and that is a bummer because I literally just talked to him the other day. So our thoughts and prayers and love and everything go out to them. Obviously kind of a downer to find out right before the show, but he would not want us to stop the show. So we're gonna continue on and do the things. Don't cry, because if you cry, I'm going to cry. All right? So we're really sad about that, but let's go ahead and talk about some fun stuff and some light stuff. Howl-O-Scream. So hopefully some of you had the opportunity to go and don't do that right now.
Stop,
okay?
Man. I'm sorry, everyone.
So
I'm real emotional right now.
I know. So we're like super bummed, but we're going to go through it and yeah, so we got our sweet Howl-O-Scream shirts on, right?
I love this shirt.
Can you turn and show the back? Show the back side. Look at that. It's like we're in high school going to the Sadie Hawkins dance.
I love it.
Hey, can you grab my spirit jersey off the table in there?
Sure.
Real quick. So we bought some merch, obviously. I want to show off the really cool shirts because I'm going to forget that. That's okay, because I bought one. So we saw these two people wearing these really cool spirit jerseys when we walked into Howl-O-Scream Orlando, and it's really cool. It's got like a little thing on the front, apparently glows in the dark, and it says Howl-O-Scream on the back.
It's really cool.
Yeah.
Like we saw some people wearing it at Orlando, and I really wanted it. So I didn't find it in Orlando, but we found it at Tampa.
Right.
When we went on Saturday night.
So we bought them, I think, like $60, but they were totally worth it. All right, so we got 2 events to go to. We cannot dally. No dallying tonight.
How about dillying?
No dillying. No. And then,
okay.
So we can't spend a ton of time because we're going to talk about both Howl-O-Scream in Orlando and in Tampa. Our week started off on Thursday last week. We were invited to the media preview for Howl-O-Scream Tampa. And then us two, we went out to Tampa on Thursday. Then we went to Howl-O-Scream Orlando on Friday. And then we went back to Howl-O-Scream Tampa on Saturday. Meanwhile, the other half of the team, the B Squad, the other part of HauntScene, we split the squad. Tyler and Lily and Kira were able to go to Howl-O-Scream Tampa on Friday, and then they went to Orlando on Saturday. So we covered all the events, put stuff out on Instagram, and all of these pictures are going to be kind of a combination of all of us right here. So without further ado, we're going to go ahead and get through the event. Let's go ahead and do that. All right. So we're going to talk first about Tampa Bay. We're going to go do a virtual lap around the park going counterclockwise this time-ish. And if I forget something, it's too late now.
Point it out?
Yeah. Why not? We'll fix it. We'll fix it live.
Yeah, tap you.
So it's all good. So Howl-O-Scream this year has a bunch of new houses. It's got 3 new houses this year, a couple new scare zones. And you can see the event map right here. I pulled this right from Howl-O-Scream. If you go to howlscream.com, you can link out to any other park. So this will be this one here. So there are 5 houses at Howl-O-Scream Tampa, and there are 4 houses at Howl-O-Scream Orlando at SeaWorld. So let's go ahead and get in there. And the first thing that you're going to see is going to be the Junkyard on the left. Now, I had a really good time. We had a really good time at both events.
Yeah, we had a lot of fun.
And Kira and the other squad, they had fun too. So if you've been to Howl-O-Scream before at Busch Gardens, nothing too different. I mean, last year it was all walkthrough. They did have the event. last year. It was all walkthrough scare zones. Some of them you had to line up for. And then the one right here, the Junkyard, and this is kind of a throwback to last year, is the Junkyard. It's a bunch of old props and old signs and things you found in the houses of years prior. So really cool. It's like a little walkthrough. It's kind of a walkthrough scare zone.
Kind of like a walkthrough museum, like memorabilia.
Yeah, museum.
Of the years past. They did have this one last year. This was one of the kind of like outdoor haunted houses that they had last year.
So you're going to see signs from Motel Hell, which is no longer at the event. Deadfall, which will remind us of a house a little bit later. So really cool little walkthrough. Takes like 2 seconds. Not 2 seconds. Takes like 30 seconds to get through. But characters will come out and get you. Warming me up. This one's right to the left of the event, right when you walk in. So we're going to start on the left-hand side and kind of walk around right there. And then we come to one of the new houses, which is going to be Witch of the Woods. And
this is so good. I love this house.
We got a chance to preview maybe about a third of it or a quarter of it at the preview event on Thursday. And the house designer, Billy, right? Billy?
Brad.
That one.
Brad.
Sorry.
I remember.
Some B name. They walked us through about the first little part of the house with the lights on and gave us a little tour and answered some questions there. This one's really neat. If you've ever gone to the event before, this is where you're walking into, well, it's in the same location that Motel Hell was, but you're going in like the exit or the other side of the building, and you're walking literally through the woods into an old panda exhibit that they used to have. So it's kind of overgrown and it's really neat. And they've got some elements outside before you actually get into the house, including a witch that warns you, or here on the left, who I look at every time I look at her, I think it's Skylar.
I know, it does look like Skylar. I heard Skylar was in this house though. She was the very first scare in the woods outside before you enter the haunted house.
You mean this girl on the left?
No, not her. Oh. She was in the bushes.
Oh.
She was in the bush area.
Gotcha.
Before we went through.
Okay.
Yeah.
So this house right here really reminds me of Japanese horror. So if you've like seen like Ringu or Grudge or that kind of thing, it's got like an Asian architecture kind of feel, witch house. So if you've seen those kind of movies, imagine that with like a witch. And beautiful house. It's like 2 stories tall. They really maximize the space.
It was very well done.
Really, really well done.
Multiple scares.
Melissa got absolutely wrecked in this house.
I did. It's true.
It's super duper aggressive scares in this house, especially in the middle part.
Great job.
Really good time with this house right here. Really good job with this brand new house. So I'm really excited about this. And I'm, I wish all the houses could be like this. They did such a really, really good job with this one.
It was a long house too.
Yeah,
it was probably one of the longest they've done.
Yep.
Actually.
So it really utilized that whole space, and then you kind of come out the other end over on the other side there. Super bloody. It's a witch getting you. It's like a cult thing. They're worshiping like a demon. It's really cool, really bloody, really gory, really awesome. So great job with that one right there. So can't say enough nice things about Witch of the Woods. Good job. Awesome. And if you've had a chance to go to Howl-O-Scream yet and you've done one of these houses, let us know in the comments and we can talk about it. All right, but really cool. Love this witch thing. If you go to the Howl-O-Scream website, you'll see that you'll see the whole thing of the witch. She's really cool. She's got claws, got like this rib cage thing, very earthy, really, really cool. So there's the house right there. Canned Alley. Moving on. In the shadows. One of the coolest scare zones I think that they've had in a very, very long time.
Yes. All the characters are great in this one, but the top left hand corner, the guy with the glowing eyes.
Yeah.
We deemed him what? MVP?
Yeah, he's the MVP.
He's the MVP.
Yeah, that's really, really cool. Yes. Now you're gonna get your roaming characters. You're gonna get your bush people in the woods scaring the crap out of you. And they were saying some random things which were hilarious.
They were saying like eat your veggies.
Yeah.
And laughing and giggling and things like that. So they're the one scare that get me every year, regardless. And they're such a great scare because they hide within the environment, so you never know they're there until the last second. So great scares.
Oh my God, Kira's saying they missed.
You missed Witch of the Woods?
What were you even doing?
What were you thinking, Kira of HauntScene?
B Squad.
B Squad, yes, exactly. We're in the B Squad.
It's called a map. Read it. Anyways, Witch of the Woods was awesome. Well, the good news is we all have unlimited passes for Howl-O-Scream.
We do.
So we can go back to both events whenever we want.
As many times as we want.
Yep. So this house is, this scare zone's really cool. They've got like a Slender Man. They've got like creepy cryptid type things. They've got all these like shadow cutout things. Really well done. Really super duper creepy. The guy, just like Melissa mentioned at the top left here, they had this zone. It was active even when we were at the preview, which was really cool.
Yeah, we got to see the
and
characters.
this guy's in like an all black suit, and all you can see is like his eyes. So it's really, really cool.
Which is really creepy.
Really good right there. Yeah. So loved in the shadows. Great job on that scare zone. Howl-O-Scream Tampa. And then we get to I absolutely love this house.
This house was awesome.
It is.
Loved it. And I'm a big fan of vampires, so it was even better.
It is. We've called this house many things. It's like a vampire sex dungeon.
It's like fetish vampires.
It's like 50 Shades of Fang. It's
50 Shades of Grey meets vampires.
It's pretty awesome. Cool. It is you go in through like a sewer. It's called the Forgotten. And the iconic thing of the throne right here, vampire. So if you've missed vampires at Howl-O-Scream, they are back. I hope this house is back for a couple years.
Yes, me too. Because I love this house.
It's got an amazing soundtrack, just this club kind of beat thing.
Please keep this house.
So you walk in. This is the former location where the black spot was. But don't worry, the black spot didn't go anywhere. We'll talk about that a little bit later. And you go through a sewer, and it's got like guys in gimp suits, people chained to the wall. It's got these moaning sound effects.
This guy hovering over the bed, chained in the black suit, the black tight suit.
If you,
it was interesting.
If you look here at this picture in the middle of Vlad, the Impaler, you've got the actual walls are bleeding. They've got like blood coming down the walls. It was really, really cool. And you go in through the throne of this vampire wing thing, which is just really cool to see in person. And we had to bow. I bowed the second time.
I was like, yes.
And the guy really liked that. It was really cool.
Master.
Yeah. And then I got some more pictures. I want this wallpaper. Wallpaper is awesome. It's got skulls.
I think you need that wallpaper.
It's got like it's just got vampires eating people. It's a total BDSM vampire fetish dungeon, and
basically, yeah,
and it's amazing.
Basically, what it is, but it's a lot of fun.
This was Witch in the Woods was really good. This I think was my favorite.
This was my favorite house, definitely by far. With vampires, definitely.
Yep. So make sure when you go into this, house that well, first of all, make sure when you go into the event that you pick up a map to make sure you don't miss any of the houses or the scare zones. But yeah, so great job on this one. I think Brad is also the person that designed this one as well.
Good job, Brad.
So take this guy, give this guy more of a budget, and let him build all the houses because they are really, really good. And can't wait to see what else he brings to the table next year, because I can almost guarantee you there are a couple houses that will not be there next year, right? All right. Moving on, quick scare zone here. You're going to walk through the skeleton crew, evil pirate spirits, tentacles, krakens, pirates, booty, muskets, murderous skeleton crew people.
Pirates, yeah,
they're going to get you. So scare zone here. This one is really dark, and it's really cool with the way the light hits it in the fog. It's in the very, very back of the park. So spend a moment just kind of hanging out with this one. Really good job. Like I said, we can't spend too much time on all these, but I really like the skeleton crew. It's just kind of one of those scare zones where you can just kind of sit back and watch. Very, very neat right there. So good job on that one. And then we come over to the residence, and I still struggle on how to describe this house.
It's like what? Kind of like a strangers, I guess. Strangers take over. Like a home invasion?
Kind of like a home invasion, cult, demon worshipping, evil neighbor type thing, I guess.
Okay. Yeah, I got like
just
evil
walking
neighbors.
through a house and just in every single room something's going wrong, and it gets steadily worse as you go through it.
Yeah.
The residence is in the very, very back of the park. If you've ever been before, this is where Zombie Mortuary used to be.
Yeah.
And Demented Dimensions was. So residence, awesome house.
I like this
really
house.
Cool.
I think I liked it a little bit more than last year, so I liked it. I think it was a little bit of a change than last year, so it was a fun house. I liked it.
Yeah, it's I mean the houses they're they're good. They're really good.
Yeah.
The residents, it's hard to describe.
Yeah.
It's just a house where things are going wrong. It's like being
just
nuts.
Evil family, I guess.
I guess.
Like an evil home invasion.
It's like worst neighbors ever.
Yeah, basically. Yep. Yeah.
But great house. Make sure you don't miss this one in the very, very back of the park. And then we're going to cut through this one right here. They've got like a van out front.
Like a van.
Yeah,
and the news channel. Yeah.
And they've got like a news broadcast inside the house as well for like things that are going wrong.
Yeah.
If somebody has a better way to describe that house, please let me know in the chat, including you, Kira. Awesome. So Bayou was the best. That's what Kira says.
Kira liked the Bayou.
Fair enough.
Just mixed with werewolves. I love werewolves, so
yep,
it's a good time.
Oh, right. Then we move through a scare zone called Deadly Toys. Now, this one's been at the event for several years. You're going to see some really weird toy people with like doll masks and things on, and teddy bear suits, and it's neon and blacklit, and it's freaking unnerving.
It's creepy.
It is.
I'm not a fan of dolls, so
really?
I don't like dolls.
What about doll people?
Not even doll people.
What about this doll person sitting on a deadly toy throne, staring at you?
I couldn't even look.
Couldn't even look at him?
Couldn't look at him, yeah. It was very unnerving.
Yeah, very, very unnerving. One of the things that's really been interesting is they did shuffle some of the scare zones around. So even if you've seen a scare zone in another location before, I think this one was here previously, but I know that this one's also been located somewhere else.
That one was near the train.
Yeah,
where the shortcut is.
They shifted a couple things around over the years. So even if you've been to the event, they don't just put the same things in the same places. They do mix it up a little bit.
This is where the clowns used to be. Remember the Midway?
Yeah.
Yeah. So they had the clowns up in front when we first walked in.
Yep. The clowns, I think, are like I think
they're roaming this year.
Yeah, they're like a roaming type horde, which we'll talk about a little bit later. So pretty awesome here. This is by the Falcon's Fury area, right? Okay.
It's right past the residence, near the residence.
Yep. So very, very cool right there. Then we come to Little Nightmares. This one has been moved around. I love this one because it's got like little, very small stature people, and they've got all these doors that they're like knocking on, and it's just, I don't know, man. Little people scare me a little. I guess
like childlike actors just creep me out. It's just
Pantopia.
I
don't know what that means.
That's the area where Falcon's Fury is at.
Oh, okay.
I think that's what the area is called.
Oh, yeah. Okay, gotcha. I think I've only been to Busch Gardens during the day like once.
I think for people who don't pick up maps, like Hero.
Yeah. Usually the first thing I do is I get a map when I walk in.
On the map.
So I know where I'm going.
On the map.
Right there. I don't know what you're saying.
It's from Dora the Explorer. Don't ask me how I know that. Remember she carried the backpack with a map? And the map talks to her? I'm sorry. It's a lack of sleep. I haven't slept good enough.
I know. Yeah, we're already running ragged with these theme park haunts the first few weeks. So Little Nightmares, really cool scare zone. These scare zones are really good to take pictures in if you can catch the characters at the right moment. Some of them have some really good lighting. Some of them do not. But there's Little Nightmares right there. And then moving on over to another one of the walkthrough scare zones last year, which was the Shortcut. So this is going to be an outside scare zone now. I think there was actually like a queue to get to this one. It was like one walkway, I believe, last year. So this one right here, the Shortcut, they're bringing this one back this year. You're going to see some of the props and things from some years past. They've got the hearse from Howl-O-Scream. I think it was like, I don't remember it was like Nowhere to Hide or something like that. You'll see the big chapel here, which they've used before a couple different times. So, kind
of like Grim Reaper looking characters, I guess.
Yeah.
They had like sifles.
They look like evil nuns.
Yeah, like evil nuns, yeah.
It's like the movie The Nun, but characters.
Yes.
So, really...
The graveyard was really cool. I like that.
Yeah.
Like they had the graveyard along the side.
Yeah, so Howl-O-Scream does a really good job of not just copy pasting and putting things out every year, but also trying to refresh it or min max it. So good job with that scare zone right there. Scare zones are really good. And then we coming back towards the front of the park. Now, if you were to go to the right when you walk in the park and you went down, there would be this house right here, which is going to be Cell Block Z or Cell Block Zombies. And we knew somebody in this house.
We did know someone in this house. I think we got Josh.
Maybe you should subscribe to his YouTube channel.
Journey with Josh.
Journey with Josh.
Yes, we saw our friend Josh in this house.
Yep.
He was at the very end. He was one of the security guards.
So this is where Insomnia was the last time. They had the full event right here. Cell Block Zombies, it's in a prison, and you get into the prison. The first part of it's like processing. You're just like talking to guards, and then it's going to steadily get crazier here. It really reminded me, and I had to look it up earlier. Before they had Insomnia, and before Howl-O-Scream had the zombie containment unit for a bunch of years, they had a asylum house that was called Blood Asylum. You remember that?
I do remember that. I've been going to Howl-O-Scream every year since 2013 at Tampa. So yes, I do remember that location.
So this one kind of reminded me of that one.
Kind of, yeah.
But that house was brutal, man. That house was just insane.
Blood Asylum?
Yeah.
Yeah, it was pretty.
Yeah, from what I remember, that
house
right there.
Yeah.
Yep. Here's the outside here. It's got some barbed wire fence, got a big watchtower right there. The houses don't really lend themselves very well to taking pictures in here, so we didn't really get any pictures from inside the house. I think Tyler did like a little sizzle reel video that we're going to put up on YouTube a little bit later. Neat house. You like zombies, you like prisons, you like zombie prisons. You're all set for this one.
That is definitely your house.
Yep.
Yeah.
And then coming back towards the front middle, probably one of my other favorite scare zones, and this is where the Dia de los Muertos scare zone was last year, is Voodoo.
Yeah, you like this one a lot. You're like Voodoo.
I love Voodoo stuff. So, yeah. I love Voodoo stuff. Now, speaking of Voodoo, the Deathwater Bayou, which is the next house that we're going to talk about, has been taken over by werewolves. I have to sneeze. Hold on. Look at me.
You okay?
Yeah, I'm good. So Deathwater Bayou's been taken over by werewolves, and I think they basically just kicked all the people out of the house into their own scare zone. So we got a bunch of hobo voodoo people.
So the house ties in with the zone.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Really cool. Really, if you walk in during the day, make sure you also stop back by during the nighttime because they got some lighting effects here, including this huge wicker man creature.
That was pretty cool, yeah.
Like putting a pin in a very large human-sized voodoo doll. Really cool. There are shacks. There's characters here. It's a really, really neat scare zone. I love me some voodoo, so good job on that one. Right there. And then Deathwater Bayou. Blood Moon.
Good job.
I
want to hear your dramatic readings.
I don't have a dramatic readings.
Okay.
I don't think we have anything for this one. Oh, we got the facade right there.
Yep.
So let's talk about Deathwater Bayou. Deathwater Bayou has been in the event for ever. And
I think it's been there for like 5 or 6 years now.
It's been there for a while. Yeah. And it even went through a few years of, this is the final year. This is the final year. This is the 3rd final year, but now it's been taken over by werewolves.
The 10th final year.
So, facade's awesome. Still has a lot of the elements of the house. Some of the more iconic things of Deathwater Bayou have been replaced by some other things. Like if you like those big werewolf statues that were like used to be in the park, some of them are like in the house now, which is really, really neat.
One of them is in the shortcut.
Yeah.
I saw last night.
Yeah, I think they've got a couple of those. Now, do you remember what the werewolf scare zone was called last year?
Lichen Landing.
Okay, so imagine Lichen Landing has moved into the Deathwater Bayou. That's what you're looking at right there.
I love that zone so much. I wish it was. It was my favorite zone last year.
Yeah,
I love werewolves.
So if you like werewolves and you like this house, a really decent marriage for the two. I just have a feeling that that's gonna be it.
I like giant Crazy doggos.
I think for Deathwater Bayou, I think this is it for Deathwater Bayou. Yeah. So it's been a good run. It's been a good run. They've got Bungie actors in there. They all kinds of stuff.
They do.
Yeah.
Bungie actors always get me.
It's just it's a little long in the tooth, but it's still an oldie but a goodie.
But it's Kara's favorite.
Yeah, it's Kara's favorite.
Yeah.
Yep, and it's got vortex tunnels in it. All kinds of stuff. It
does.
Yep.
Yes, it does.
Awesome. All right, and then we got some roaming hordes here. Got some clowns. I noticed at Howl-O-Scream their opening ceremony type thing, like when they actually open up the park for Howl-O-Scream. It is a lot different from like let's say like Horror Nights or whatever, because there are already people in the park when they unleash these folks, and they just come out and murder people. Yeah, it's really cool. And people are trying to escape.
They're trying to leave.
People trying to leave.
You don't expect them to come out that early.
Like
so
we've got people like one was pushing like a baby stroller, and they just like beeline past and went under like some of the ropes and stuff like that to get out.
It's quite hilarious.
It is quite funny to watch.
Yeah.
Melissa's favorite, maybe some folks that used to be in like the meat market.
The tiny one. The short one? Yeah, she gets me every year. She got me this past
chainsaw wielding, large human face mask wearing, large burly dudes, and then like some girl that's like 3 feet tall. And she's the most terrifying one.
I think she's the most terrifying one out of all of them.
Yep. So
she's so small and low to the ground, like she can easily maneuver around people.
She is.
Yeah, it's great.
Yeah, it's really neat because you've got guys that are probably like pushing like well over 3 bills, and you've got some girl that's like
she's leading the pack.
Tiny.
Yeah.
So
she's the leader.
Really cool. Clowns were cool. The guy up here at the top left had like a megaphone. They've got some stilt walkers and things that'll come and get you. So the random horde type creatures are really cool.
Oh, her nickname is Mini Meat, by the way. That's adorable.
Mini Meat?
Mini Meat. That's adorable.
That's great.
That is the cutest thing ever.
Awesome. So Howl-O-Scream, good year. If you haven't had a chance to check out Howl-O-Scream, definitely go. It's really cool just to walk around Howl-O-Scream or Busch Gardens just in general. It is a lot of walking. It's a good distance to walk. Wear comfortable shoes, all that good stuff. But all the houses were good. Scary zones were good. Very, very solid event this year.
Yeah, it's a fun time as always.
Yeah.
Like Johnny and I have been going for years, and we always have a good time with it. So.
Yep. Yeah, just go in and looking to have a good time, and you'll have a good time. Right? Awesome. And then, of course,
Fiends. I love Fiends.
Fiends is something like, I think if they ever take Fiends away, we'll probably riot.
Yes, we will.
So don't take it away. Fiends is great. Now, for the first time, though, and this is, I could be wrong, but for the first time, Igor, I think, was female.
I think so.
Yeah. So the dynamic between really cool. Igor and Dr. Frankenstein had changed a little bit, which was kind of interesting.
Yeah.
They changed it up a little bit here. They don't have like every single song that they normally have. Like I don't think they had Weird Science or anything like that anymore.
I don't remember hearing Weird Science, which was a common song.
A really cool Vegas theme. This is in Gwazi Field, which is the middle of the park. They only had 2 shows the night that we went. It was at 9 and at another time. I don't remember.
11.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
And then they have a bar outside. Something that is different this year is you can buy VIP seating if you want to sit up really close for the show. You also get a free drink for that. Got the nurses, got the buff nurse guys. It's got some for everybody.
Got my favorite Drac.
Got Drac, got Mummy, got the Wolfman. Wolfman was a little sexy this year.
He is very sexy.
Doing all the Wolfman things. But it was a really good time. Fiends is not to be missed at Busch Gardens Howl-O-Scream. Yep. Good show. Last year's show was pretty epic. This show was really, really good. Yeah. Awesome. And got some pictures here. We didn't get any pictures of the nurses.
We didn't get any pictures of sexy nurses.
We were, I think we were,
We need to go back and get pictures.
Yeah, that's fine. We'll get back. So we got some nurses. They got a little photo up here with some nurses. Here's Tyler. Tyler doesn't know what to do with his hands, apparently.
He doesn't know.
Tyler. And then
Jesus,
we got,
Tyler,
and if you look here, very rarely pictured at the right is Lily,
our newest team member.
Newest member of HauntScene.
She also gets more scared than I do, by the way. Just keep
she's
that
our
in mind.
new scary cat. And, I mean, there's nothing wrong. I think nobody...
I will not complain with nurses. So, good time.
Robin Roosevelt
awesome.
saw us Forgotten, So, if you see us, flag us down.
Say hello.
We've got, like, buttons and things on us. We'll give them to you. But yeah, thank you for recognizing that. Dude, a lot of people.
We actually, a lot of people saw us at Tampa that night. They called us out. They're like, "Hey, HauntScene, we love you." And we love you guys too.
It was, we love everybody. So if you want to say hi to us, please say hi to us.
She was the one in the scooter.
Oh, okay, cool. Very cool.
Hey.
So yeah, that's right. And then like the other guy that she's with, she's like, "Who's that?" And
Who's that?
HauntScene. And he's like, "Who?" And I was like,
that's
fine.
Take
that's
some,
cool.
That's what it is.
That's all right. At least somebody knows who we are.
Someone knows who we are.
Awesome.
That's good.
Okay, so that is going to be Howl-O-Scream in Tampa. Always fun. Make sure you get your tickets. They have an unlimited pass. We can go to both parks. It's pretty reasonable.
Which we have. We have the unlimited pass. So I think we're going back this weekend. I'm going back to Orlando and Tampa this weekend.
Okay, fair enough. And then we're going to move on over here to the other brand new, very surprise event, which was Howl-O-Scream at SeaWorld Orlando. This event came out of nowhere. I remember I was sitting at home one day and my buddy Michael Heels started sending me stuff from another media event that was for something else. So like, yeah, by the way, we're doing Howl-O-Scream. What's up?
I always wanted Howl-O-Scream to come to SeaWorld. To come to locally in Orlando, and sure enough, it finally happens.
So I think these are two really good companion events, because I think Howl-O-Scream in Tampa got up to like 7 houses one time, and then they've steadily declined a little bit. And I think they've taken some of those resources and elements and moved on over here to Orlando. I very rarely, just like Busch Gardens, I very rarely go to SeaWorld Orlando, so it's kind of cool to walk around some of the park. This one is not a lot of walking. Everything is pretty compact in this event right here. It's kind of like a backwards S. You start off not at the main entrance, but there will be an entrance that is off to the side that is specific for Howl-O-Scream. So make sure you know what you're doing there. And let's talk about this event right here. So Melissa and I went to Friday night. We were invited to the media event here. So we started off at one of the bars, which was the Siren's Call or Last Call or something like that. And it was really cool. They had like an introduction. They had a sample of the drinks. They had Jello shots. They had walking characters. They had dancers.
They had sliders.
They had sliders.
I love the sliders.
They had all kinds of characters. Really, really cool event here. So right when you walk in, there's a place to go and get a drink. The merch store is right there if you want to buy a shirt.
I had the pumpkin smash in the bottom left-hand corner of the photo there, which I really enjoyed.
I think I ended up with every drink that night.
Yeah.
Melissa left a little bit early through the event because she wanted to go to Halloween Horror Nights.
I did go to Halloween Horror Nights.
But I was there.
We did do everything, though, in that night before I left.
Well, not everything.
Besides the show, but yes.
I stayed for everything.
But I do have an unlimited pass, so I plan on going more times. So, yes.
Let's see. SeaWorld Smash Rum drink is amazing.
It is amazing, yes. It tastes just like pumpkin spice, yes.
I saw somebody mention Mortal Masks in SeaWorld.
Yeah, someone made a comment.
I'd have to look for that.
On my Instagram saying if the wolf mask that I took a picture of what was
I mean, it's a really good wolf mask. I mean,
Yeah.
I'm not going to lie. It might be immortal, but I don't know. We'll have to double check that. All right, moving on over here. Here's a little bit more from the media event. Here is one of the dancers. They brought some dancers out, so there will be dancers at this thing. They had a photo op. They also had, by the way, these the ladies at the top right here, they have like a little stage thing outside they dance on, which is really cool. And then over here on the bottom right, we've got our good friend Patrick Braillard. Who is doing like everything right now. He's the creative director for Howl-O-Scream Orlando. He wrote Scream and Stream, which we're actually doing tomorrow night, which is why we're not doing a show tomorrow. And he's also doing the oral horror game. So Patrick, over the last year, has become a good friend of the show. We love you, Patrick. And that's actually kind of who I hung out with a lot after you left.
And we saw Kim Grumwell.
Who
was also
Ray
from
Kime.
Horror Nights.
We saw Skipper Haas. We basically saw everybody. Everybody that was anybody was at this event on that night, basically. Well, not really. Some people were at Howl-O-Scream Orlando. Everybody that was anybody was at one Howl-O-Scream event on Friday night. How about that? Is that fair?
Yeah, because it was the opening night for. Well, oh my God, what is that? We just gonna grab it.
Hair.
Okay, thought it was a spider. Sorry.
Yeah, it's a spider. I'm just gonna casually grab it off of you.
You never know. I wouldn't.
Yep.
But anyway, it was both the opening night for Orlando and Tampa. So you're either in Orlando or Tampa that night.
Yep. Or if you have enough people on your team, you can split the squad.
Yeah. 2 in Orlando.
Or you can just bring all your friends and family out. Why not?
Bring them all. Why not? Oh, yes, we have to. Well, we'll definitely come visit you again, Lars.
Yeah, Eurylis, our friend there, we'll be talking about, she's in one of the last scare zones, which we'll talk about a little bit later. We might actually be seeing her a little bit later.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's crazy. It's almost like we want to promote our friends and make sure they succeed.
I love my friends.
Yeah, me too.
Okay.
All right, so Water's Edge, which is going to be the first house on the right-hand side. The promotional image is the bellhop from Motel Hell. I'm not really sure why, but Water's Edge Inn, you walk in, it's like a hotel. There's like a moving Ouija board and a bunch of horrible things at this Water's Edge Inn. They're just trying to get your soul. Everybody's trying to get my soul.
But you don't have a soul.
I know. I was fine, so nobody scared me.
Johnny was fine.
House.
I wasn't, but Johnny was fine.
But they're going to get you. I know there's a deeper story to this house because Patrick actually went over and talked about how there's a narrative that covers the entire event. Unfortunately, I don't remember all of it because I'm bad with that stuff. But here in the Water's Edge, it was pretty
he does
pretty
kind of
awesome.
look like the Usher from Horror Nights. But yeah, going back to the bellhop, I don't remember seeing him in the house though.
No, I think they just use that for
like a promo,
type thing.
I wish he was in the house though, cause
but it's like an inn. Everything is like sea themed. Like kind of like a water themed, sailor
sea
thing.
world.
Sea world. Yep.
Sirens.
Sea. Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. So they're a very cool house. Very neat. We did a walkthrough. They were offering a like a scare cam type thing. We just did a normal walkthrough. It was
because we already did a scare cam at.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Did you do a scare cam or did you just do a cam?
I did, but. Okay, and look, there was a bright light in my face, and I was with another person, which I wasn't as scared. If I was by myself, I would have been even more scared.
So yeah, Melissa did the promo scare cam and just stared blankly the whole time. So Lily, you are now our new scare cam lady.
Like I still get scared. I got scared in the house. I just wasn't on camera.
Yeah, that's true. So Water's Edge, pretty good house starting off. Moving on over to the right. Now, the first scare zone that you're going to see is after they let you in to the event is going to be Frozen Terror. Now, there is a little Easter egg here. This is the Aura Outpost communication thing. If you remember, Aura is it's like the organization that was investigating Unearthed. So it's kind of like a little Easter egg between the two events. I guess Aura is kind of like their X-Files, Legendary Truth type thing.
Kind of, yeah. Like it ties into the houses.
Yep.
Yeah, I like that. It was pretty cool.
So Aura's right there.
This was a really cool zone. And I liked the Beneath the Ice house a lot. That was actually one of my favorite houses.
We're not even there yet.
I'm just saying. It ties in with
the by the way, I love Scream and Stream. We haven't even gone there yet.
Hey, don't look me. Sir, I'm just very excited.
Look, I spent a lot of time putting this in the exact order of the map.
And it was,
awesome. Okay, I'm going to show you the map again.
And you know what?
There we go.
Yeah.
Okay, do you see the map?
Yes.
That's the order we're going in.
You use a map on the camera.
Oh, this is true. Where we're going, we don't need a map.
Where we go, we don't need maps. Love you, Kara.
All right, so Beneath the Ice. Beneath the Ice, this is... I will tell you, I'm actually a little disappointed with one aspect of this house.
What?
This is my favorite house.
Excitement.
Okay, but in the trailer for the house, and it's not much to it, it's basically like, they come get you. I was expecting this house to be cold. And it was like a normal, humid, hot night out. Yeah, like cold. And I was hoping this house would be really cold, like air conditioned wise.
Like it would be snowing throughout the whole house. Inside the room parts. Yes.
Because snowing. It would be this is a cool house, but it's really cold, so it gives you a chance to cool off.
Pun intended. Is that thunder?
It is thunder.
It's kind of pretty, yeah.
But Beneath the Ice, this is going to be, if you've ever seen any Arctic expedition movie gone wrong, there is an ice siren. Every house has tied into the siren storyline. And you're going to see the siren towards the end of this house. But as you're walking through, it is a lab. It's an Arctic thing gone completely wrong. It's a very long house. Mm-hmm. This one was my favorite.
Yeah, I like this one.
I don't have any. Yeah. I don't have any photos on the inside of the house, but yeah, Terra at Base Camp Aura, Beneath the Ice, my favorite. Check it out.
Kara says when they went, it was really cold, and then she said George said he did a bunch of masks for them.
Oh, okay.
So Mortal Mask
we love George.
Yeah.
So George. Okay, well that makes sense then. Yeah. So yeah, if George did the masks, then that makes sense. We love George from Immortal.
We love George,
who's I'm sure is watching right now. We had George on the show.
You never know.
Yeah, you never know. Mm-hmm. He's just going to pop in here. So Kira says when they went in, it was really cold. So maybe they just like blew their air conditioning, or maybe they turned it down a little bit.
You turned it down just for you, Johnny.
Just for me. After I was gone. I took the survey on the outside when we left.
And then they turned it back on as soon as we went in.
Yeah. All right. So they had a bunch of, it was a really, really cool house. Really, really neat. Really good house right there. And then we head towards the middle of the park. Like I said, not a ton of walking here. There is a show that is right outside of the Beneath the Ice, which we're going to talk about a little bit later. There's an outdoor show that you can catch. We'll talk about that. But there's also a bar. If you go to Howl-O-Scream, there are a lot of bars. And one thing we didn't talk about at the Howl-O-Scream Tampa is there's also like DJ dancing in a couple spots. Really, really neat if you like to do like the line dancing. They were
doing the Cupid Shuffle at one point.
Yeah,
I wanted to join in, but we were
we were on task.
Yeah, we were on a mission.
All right, moving over here to the next scare zone, which is going to be Deadly Ambush. Mm-hmm. So here's the mask we were talking about here. This big, awesome werewolf mask. I think this had like a 50s theme.
Oh, it was 60s. It was 1961. Yeah. So
okay.
it had a throwback theme, which I really like.
So this is going to be some folks getting murdered by werewolves, and they've got a bunch of like survivors. Don't go in there. They're all torn up or whatever. And then you get to see. I think when it gets a little darker, they bring out everybody. There are a couple roaming hordes here. There's like I don't know if I have a picture of her. She was in like she's like this goth girl, this like goth outfit with chainsaws.
Oh yeah, they're like a Roman chainsaw group.
And then they also have like these fish people roaming hordes. So we saw them all over the place too.
Those were roaming as well. Yeah. But this zone is really long. It expands all the way out to the end where the Voodoo zone starts.
Yes.
So from beginning to end, it's pretty long. But I like this one. It has that campy feel.
What did you say? From beginning to end, it's pretty long.
Yeah. Yes, Johnny. Thank you.
Clip that.
Clip that. But I like this zone. It has that campy feel to it, like kind of like a Friday the 13th type feel because that camp.
Yep.
So I like it a lot. It's one of my favorite zones.
So werewolves have invaded a 60s camping ground,
and it's even cooler at night too.
And
it's all
cool.
lit up. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, and it gets dark.
Yeah.
That's the one thing about Howl-O-Scream is it gets dark at both events, but even at this event, it got super duper dark right there. All right.
What makes it even harder to see the actors.
They are the Sirens, Minions, and the Sirens. Okay, that makes sense. Thank you, Kira. This is why we're a team. All right. And then we move on over here. If you make a right past the scare zone, we've got Captain's Revenge. Captain's Revenge is, I'm just going to say it. Obviously, they took some of the stuff from the black spot at Howl-O-Scream Tampa, and they moved it over here. That doesn't mean that it's a copy paste. There are a lot of the houses have similar elements to it. Like I think that this house, the Pirate House, obviously bears a lot of similarities to the black spot, which is the Pirate House that was at Howl-O-Scream and Tampa here. So the facade and everything, which I think was called the Devil's Bride at Howl-O-Scream. The big skull here, which you used to see at in the walkthrough, the facade right there.
I like this one a lot, actually.
But the house was good.
Yeah, it was good.
Yeah, it was good. It was a lot better than the black spot.
I did like it a lot better than the black spot. Yes, it was a good house.
So if you like evil pirates coming to get you, this is it. This is it. Yeah, this is a really neat house. I can't imagine not everybody's done the black spot at Howl-O-Scream in Tampa. So this house is going to be brand new to everybody. Yeah. So evil pirates coming to get you. Pretty neat house. Had a good time there. Mm-hmm. Pretty long actually. The house went out for a little while.
Yeah, it did. Yep. The houses seemed really long this year at both Howl-O-Scream.
Yep. So good times there. Moving on over to the next one, Dead Vines. And I'm sorry, I've seen so many houses at Howl-O-Scream. Everything feels familiar to me. This one really reminded me of it's like an overgrown evil
Deadfall
grotto thing. It really reminded me of Deadfall.
Yeah, it reminded
same color scheme, vines, overgrown, greenhouse. They had
plants. like a play area too, like a greenhouse type play area, which reminded me a lot of Deadfall because that's what Deadfall had.
Gorgeous house. The colors in this house are really, really good. Things will come out and get you with this one. Really, really like this house. This is probably, I think, my second favorite out of all of them.
Yeah, that was a good one. Yeah,
it was a really, really good house. Kira was in an ECV wheelchair, so she had notes on that, which is really neat. So Dead Vines right there. Didn't get any footage of anything in the house. Once again, it was kind of dark. Didn't really lend itself to photography or anything like that. But Dead Vines is really cool. Really like this house. Good job with that. And then we move on over here to another Voodoo scare zone. So both the Howl-O-Scream Orlando and Tampa both have a Witchcraft Bayou Voodoo type scare zone. Really cool characters here in this zone right here. This is a long stretch, like a long kind of like a walkway. And when the fog hits, this one gets a little crazy. And then when it gets dark and the fog is there, they love fog at Howl-O-Scream, man. They really went nuts with
They pump it in like crazy.
The crazy amount of fog. Characters are cool. They'll interact with you. They'll pose for photos if you can catch them at the right moment here. They'll talk to you as you walk by. So if you like Voodoo and everything, really well lit scare zone.
I love it.
Well, the lighting in it was really
like
cool.
all the zones are really interactive. You know, even the camp one that I liked a lot, like they were talking to you as you were walking by and interacting with you, telling you not to go in, even though we went in anyway.
Of course.
But yeah, of course. You know.
Yeah, we're gonna go in.
Of course. We're always gonna go in. Johnny won't let me. Use emergency exits.
Frozen Pirate House, you have to transfer. So Kira's got notes on like on like using a wheelchair or an ECV. So if you have any questions, ask our Kira about that. Kira, I think, hurt herself the first weekend at Horror Nights, so we're all a little sore.
Utilizing a wheelchair.
Yep.
/ ECV.
All right. And then we move on over here to the Sea of Souls, which is the last scare zone. So when you reach the end, though, so one thing to know about Howl-O-Scream Orlando is it is a end-to-end. It's not a big loop or anything.
Yeah, it's end-to-end.
You go to one end and you turn around and walk back. It's like a backwards S. But it's not that much walking. It's not really.
It didn't feel like that much.
It just
walking.
takes you like 5 minutes to get from one end to the other, or 10 minutes. It's not too bad. But here we see the Sixth Goddess, or Eurylis, our friend Eurylis here in the middle.
Eurylis!
Got a really cool video of her. So once again, evil pirates coming to get you here. You've got some treasure, and they want that booty.
Hey, you want to tell your story?
No,
no, okay, no.
I don't want to say that online.
No,
because
okay. It was a funny story that.
Yep.
Johnny and I did.
We did go. We went to all the bars. We went to all the bars. So really cool. This is a really good photo op. Really cool characters. There's stilt walkers here, all kinds of different pirates, and then evil type people coming to get you.
We did go into the pirate
guns.
That was a Tormented. Yeah, we did go in there.
So we have a really cool slow-mo video that we put up on YouTube of our friend Rose here in the middle. Awesome. Really good times there.
The other drink I tried in that bar was the candy corn old fashioned.
Yep.
It was actually pretty good. It tasted just like candy corn. So.
All right, moving back. We only got 10 minutes left. So moving back here, let's talk about this one first, which was Monster Stomp. Monster Stomp has several shows a night, and it is awesome. It was definitely a highlight of the night. It's one of my favorite things about Howl-O-Scream Orlando. Monster Stomp Slasher Alley, so different show times here. I think some of our friends are actually involved in the show. Yeah, and really cool set. Got like a Victorian type thing, like a turn of the century Jack the Ripper type thing, and it's got dancing and singing and live music, and it's got some stomp type things, percussion type things. I am really bummed that you did not get the chance to see this show.
Oh, I'll have more chances to see it though. I mean, I have an unlimited pass, so I'll be there more often. I'll be there.
Awesome
this
to
weekend,
take photos.
So, yeah.
Awesome to take photos. Of this one right here. Really good show. Whoever did the show, you did a really good job. If you're a fan of a former show that is no longer here and will never be here again, it may have some elements of that. But really liked this show right here. Can't say enough nice things about it. And then moving on back towards right by the Beneath the Ice House is the Siren Song. And I almost missed this one because I was hanging out with...
this one we did see. We saw it when we were going to Beneath the Ice,
We saw
right?
part of it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I sat through the whole thing.
That was the show, right?
Yep.
Okay.
So, Siren Song, there are 1, 2, 3, 4 sirens. 4 sirens, yes. They all represent something different, like poison and fire and ice, and I forget what the fourth one was. But this is it's dancing, music, performance. It's really cool. There's also a a stripper pole, maybe some lap dance type elements to it.
Did you get that?
No, I just watched it.
You just watched it?
Yeah.
Okay.
I just watched from afar. And it's a 360 thing, so it's outdoors, and they've got different little stages you can see, and they dance around, and it's a really, really cool show outside. If you know the show's coming, it'll have the show times posted. Get a good seat because that area gets really, really packed when you're looking at it right there. Okay. All right. Obviously, many bars, Longshoreman Tavern, really cool. They've got like some, I think Longshoreman.
They also got the Glacier Bar.
Yep.
Which is right outside of Beneath the Ice.
Yep. But themed bars here. Siren Song's the one that we first went into for the media thing. Tormented, Poison Grotto, and Longshoreman Tavern. You can just hang out. Some of these have. I don't have a video of it, but some of these have like characters that are like doing like aerial effects, or you can see them on the stage. Very, very cool. People will interact with you. Very, very cool interactive live bars. You know, get your drink on, all that good stuff. But I had fun at all these. I did sit down at all these. One of the media things was they give you a drink ticket to every bar. So we did sit at every bar and sample the goodies.
I still have like 3 of those left. I only used 1.
Yep.
So.
The show is the best show at the parks this year. Which one are you talking about, Kara?
Oh, she was talking about Monster Stomp.
Oh, Monster Stomp?
Yeah.
I will reserve judgment on that, but it was a very good show. It's definitely my favorite, one of my favorites so far. But I love Fiends.
I do love Fiends. That's the thing. I wish SeaWorld Orlando had like another Fiends type show too.
I can't pick one. I know that there's another show, but it wasn't going at Howl-O-Scream Tampa. We walked by it. It was at the Staleyville Theater where Fiends has been.
Oh, yeah. There was like a circus.
Yeah.
Like
so I don't know what's going on with that. It just said it was.
I love parody shows, so I love Fiends.
Yep.
Yeah.
But all the bars are really cool. So you've got 4 houses, you've got 4 scare zones, you've got themed bars, you've got roaming hordes. Really, really good event for Howl-O-Scream right here. So. I got to give a shout out to all of our friends. We have a lot of friends that are scare acting there. We've got friends in the design. My friend in creative.
Mm-hmm. Which technically we do have a friend in creative.
But if you are a fan of like Halloween Horror Nights, they've got some alum there. Patrick Braillard, head creative, Ray Kime, Kim Gromall, some other people that I know you've heard of are part of this event right here, bringing it to life. And I have to say, I was impressed.
It was a great weekend. I gotta say, we had fun at both Orlando and Tampa, and we are definitely going back. Or at least I know I'm going back. I don't know about Johnny, but I'm going back.
Yeah, we had a lot of fun, and there is enough repeat value for it. I think that this one has a lot of advantages. One, it's in Orlando where we're at. Not a lot of walking. It's pretty inexpensive. We just had a really good time. I mean,
we had a lot of fun.
Even if we didn't know some of the people that were behind the scenes with the event, it was really fun, and it was really good. Like, it was. I am just shocked.
Yeah.
I didn't know what to expect.
Yeah.
And I, unfortunately, in the industry, we hear things, and they're like, oh, they're putting stuff together, and they're still getting characters, or putting stuff together at the last second, which is basically every haunt. And I think they really pulled it off.
Yeah,
and
sure.
I can only imagine, after having like a weekend under their belt, how good this event is going to be going forward. And in the future, now that they've got this team in place, hopefully they can keep the band together and let this event grow a little bit more as time goes by.
And we get to see how it progresses too as the event goes on,
Yep.
and as the haunt season goes on, which I'm really excited for.
Yep.
To get to see changes.
So Howl-O-Scream, good job, both events. Good job, everybody. We ran into a very famous person named Clint.
Clint from Thrill Geek
was there.
What's up, Clint?
Show the spirit jersey again. Did you get the spirit jersey,
Clint?
Clint? There it is. Howl-O-Scream on the back, and a little spider web on the front, glows in the dark. It'll go good with your Crocs.
Speaking about spirit jersey, and this is off topic, but Halloween Horror Nights has one as well. I got that one too, so just to let you know.
Yep. So good job, Howl-O-Scream. Both events. It was a very encouraging year for both Howl-O-Screams, because I feel like they're on the upswing again. Yeah. So yeah. Awesome. So we made it.
It was a lot of fun.
We did it. So
yes.
I'm actually glad that we were able to do the show tonight. I actually thought about canceling it because we were bummed out, but that was nice to talk about a haunt for an hour and have to think about our buddy. So
for sure.
Awesome. All right. Well, we're going to go ahead and start to wrap this up. Now, remember, we are now through theme park season. So we're done talking about Horror Nights. We're done talking about Howl-O-Scream. I mean, we'll probably go to the events, still share some pictures, all that good stuff. But for the next, 6 weeks or 7 weeks, we're doing some independent haunts.
Yeah.
Which is our specialty. And starts tomorrow. We're going to the Scream and Stream media event tomorrow, so we could check that out. I'm really excited about that crew over there. I guess we'll probably see Patrick again because we see him everywhere. And I'm really, really excited about that. So next week on the show, we're going to start our haunt season by doing our haunt season preview. So we'll be talking about everything we're going to do in Florida, all the independent haunts, talk about a road trip, talk about everything we're getting up to this season here. Really excited about that. So now that we got the theme park stuff out of the way, we're good. Thank you to our Patreon supporters, John Sebastian and Christian Lavelle. Thank you so much for supporting us on Patreon. We do appreciate that. We wish we had some more Patreon supporters. So if you want to support us, patreon.com/HauntScene. Go ahead and support us there. Make sure you're following HauntScene on social media. We're on everything. We're killing it on Instagram right now, Facebook, Twitter, TikTok. Email us, watch our videos, subscribe. We're putting out more video content. Tyler did a really good job putting that video stuff out there. And you might be listening to the podcast version of this. Usually we post that on all major platforms, and it's up within 24 hours right there. Awesome. All right.
That was a fun show.
That was a fun show.
I like it a lot.
So if you've not had a chance to go to Howl-O-Scream yet, or have never been at all, definitely put either event and or both events on your list this year. Can't say enough nice things, especially about Howl-O-Scream Orlando. Way to come out the gate.
For first year event.
Yeah.
Amazing.
For a first year event, really, really good. Awesome. All right. Well, it's 8:58. I think we're going to go ahead and roll credits.
All right, let's do it.
Where are we going? We're going to Waffle House.
Denny's.
Oh, that's right. Waffle
Remember,
House.
we don't.
Yeah,
Waffle House is not operating.
All right, everybody. Thank you for tuning in. We do appreciate you watching the show. Till next time, spook easy.
As always, happy haunting. Have a good night, guys.
All right, bye.
Give me some treats.